Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. This is Hira Q. So in this video, it was inspired by a commentary, someone I really love, and this person inspires me as well. And I appreciate this person said, I need to put on my face. And what she was saying is I need to put on makeup before I leave my room, before she goes out of her house into the world and to meet people, do whatever she does. And it was so interesting because this was the last person I would have ever thought would say something like that. Not that I'm judging her, but it was so weird. It was why? Why do you need to put on a face? What does that mean? Right? That you come home, you take off a mask, and then you're going to meet your boyfriend, you put on a different mask. You're going to meet your coworkers, you put on a different mask. It was so weird. I'm what's going on? And it got me thinking. I remember when I was really young, and I think this cartoon was Justice League. Wonder Woman was in it. I don't remember the name, but I remember this one scene, and it really struck me as a child. I was around I think middle school age or something around that age. And in this one scene, Wonder Woman, and she's dressed as Wonder Woman, she's going through a modern mall, and there's another woman at the counter, and I think it's a perfume / makeup counter, and she's about to put on some perfume, and Wonder Woman walks up to her, and she's like, you don't need that. And the woman looks at Wonder Woman and looks at her up and down. She's like, easy for you to say, but it really struck me that why do we need to put on a face? Why do we need to put on perfume? Why is that even a need? It's different when it's for fun, but when this person said, they made this comment, they really meant it, that they needed to put on a face before they could leave. And they were telling me a story that she has this routine, a makeup routine, right? So I don't put on makeup, so I don't even know what the layers are, but she has every layer is laid out in an arc around her. And she was about to go put on, I don't know, a powder or something, and she's about to pick up the powder, but the powder's not there. So she was starting to freak out that the powder's not there. And it was so weird to me, and I'm so what if the powder is not there? Why do you need to carry it with you anyways, But it was it bothered her. So she had to walk away from her, putting on the face makeup set, and she went and made her bed, and she did some other things, and then she came back. Oh, and the powder was there. She found it. It was it wasn't in the correct spot, right? In the correct order. So she wasn't looking where it was. And then she put on her face, and I was wow, this is so interesting. That, and I don't think it's just for females that we feel the need that we're in some type of masquerade all the time going through life, right? So every situation calls for a different mask. Every situation calls for a different costume. Whereas really what I believe is being ruthlessly yourself, unapologetically yourself, and so ruthless in who you are that you're unfuckable, that no one can move you, that if I want to wear athletic leisure clothes, I'm going to wear athletic leisure clothes. Or, my husband and I one time we went to this really expensive restaurant. It was for two of us, for a late lunch, it was over $100, right? That's and we don't usually go out to eat at such restaurants, but I wore athletic leisure clothes because I was this is what I'm wearing. I'm comfortable in this. Why do I need to put on a mask to go somewhere? It's so interesting to me that society has convinced us that we are constantly in a masquerade, that we need to change our costume, change our mask, change our faces for every situation. And I remember earlier, this is a couple of years ago, a friend was joking about a show she saw, and in the show, this woman, she would put on her alarm before her husband would get up in the morning, put on makeup, and then get back into bed, so her husband would see her with makeup, see her with a face, right? Because she needs to put on a face. And I'm what is this? And I know it was meant to be funny, and I don't watch shows, so I don't know what this was or the purpose was, but I think it was meant to be funny. But I think that people actually feel that they need to go about life in a constant like masquerade party, right? Like this never ending masquerade party that even when I'm in bed with my mate, I need to have a certain mask on, right? Or I need to get that mask on before he wakes up. Like, what the fuck is going on, people? Like, is that what you want? Like, I feel like if I tried to do that, I would feel like I'm on a tightrope, and not a fun tightrope, right? Like, not like mountain bike trail where, yeah, well, that's where the trail gets really thin and you need to be really focused and so you don't hit the trees on both sides. Yeah, no, that's fun. This would just be fucking bullshit, right? Like, I'm not gonna put on a face. Like, this is who I am. Like, and it's funny that even with my daughter, I tell her it is okay to be upset. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to be sad. And I tell her that those are the rainbow of emotions because she's 6 and I'm talking to her in 6-year-old language. I'm like, do you want to take red out of the rainbow? Do you want to take blue out of the rainbow and just delete blue from the entire world? And she'll be like, no. She's like, I like red in the rainbow. I like blue in the rainbow. I like yellow in the rainbow. The same way you like the colors in the rainbow, the colors around you, your emotions, your phases, what you go through every single day are like those emotions. And when you try to put a masquerade mask on yourself when you're feeling sad and depressed and you try to tell people you're happy, it feels even worse. Right? Hypocrisy at its finest. You're trying to bullshit your way through it. And maybe it works, really. I've seen amazing masquerade costumes and like face masks. Amazing, mind-blowing. Piece of work, pieces of art, you know? But at the end of the day, who are you? What are you? Are you just a mask? Are you just a hollow being? Are you just a shell, an empty shell, but nothing more? Or are you living life to the fullest? Are you being who you are, owning your shit moment to moment, feeling what you feel and being honest about yourself, you know? Because that is who you are, right? We lose ourselves in masks. We lose ourselves in costumes. We lose ourselves in words. We lose ourselves in courtesies, right? And just going through the motions of life. But if you lose yourself, then what do you have left in life, right? Then what? I don't understand what's the point of just going through, like, what's the point of, like, enjoy? Like, there is no enjoyment. That's it. Like, you can try, like my friend, you can try to be like, oh yeah, I enjoy this, but do you really? And maybe some days you do, but when you're in a hurry or when you woke up late and you got to get the kid to daycare and you got to get to work, honey, no, that ain't fun. That's just stressful. It is. You could have been there, done that. And not that I do the makeup thing, but like, there are days when you're running behind. There are days when, I don't know, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and shit ain't working and the kid doesn't want to get dressed and you got to get breakfast going, you got to go. Yeah, shit ain't working. I've been late to 8 o'clock meetings before. Shit happens. It's all good, you know? And you know what? The world didn't end, right? It's okay. And I'm not saying that you should be going grouchy all the time. What I'm saying is honor the self. Honor the moment. Honor what this moment presents itself to you. That is what I'm saying. And if your powder ain't there in your arc of makeup, right? Whatever procedure you have going on, standard operating procedure, great. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We don't need to go meditate about it, right? And more so, really what I'm trying to emphasize is not makeup or the lack of makeup or saying that, oh, we shouldn't look good or groom ourselves. No, amen, go do that. I appreciate makeup artists. It is an art form. I know an Instagram model. Art form. I can appreciate it. I don't want any part of it, but I can appreciate it from afar. So like, but what I'm saying is be ruthlessly yourself. Like, honor the self, and it's okay that today you're on the red color, tomorrow you're gonna be on the yellow arc, right? And like maybe the next day you'll be on the green, and maybe you'll be special and a little bit crazy and a cuckoo, and you'll start mixing the colors up, and then you'll be a red orange and maybe a blue green or purple. Oh my goodness, right? Like, we're going a little bit crazy now. But what I'm saying is, like, just bring awareness to the moment and awareness to how the moment presents itself and how you present yourself in the moment to yourself. You know, we care so much about our presentation of ourselves to others, right? To the world. But what about how you present yourself to yourself? Do you honor yourself? Are you kind to yourself? Do you accept yourself for where you are? Do you nurture your own being or your own awareness? Right? Like, I feel like these are things that are life skills that we're not taught for some reason. And kids are innately born with it. They're very comfortable in who they are. And I mention this a lot because I try to be humble and as I go through life, and I open myself to learning from my daughter and learning from the kids around her. And I feel like as we, what's the word? Get them to, I don't know, conform to society or societal rules, that we wash away some of their innate knowingness and innate beingness. And that's okay, because they can always find it themselves. But wouldn't it be nice that if we honored ourselves and then thereby honored everyone and everything in and around us? And then if you want to put makeup on, great. And then it's just more fun, right? Then there's no need to dress up for a party all the time. And if your world is a party all the time, amen. It's just fun. But it comes from that place of knowingness and beingness, of clarity. See, I love that word, clarity. Every day I tell myself, I want clarity. Clarity in all that I do. I don't want to just make an omelet like I make every day. I want to make it with a newfound clarity. When I lived in the monastery, one of the things that like our teachers would say, like, every moment's a new moment. Like, in a monastery in the middle of the village, and in a village in the middle of the desert, it sounds like a very monotonous lifestyle. And it can be if you don't have awareness. So like they would really emphasize making intentions in every moment. Like every moment's a new moment. Bring clarity to this moment. What is it that I want? What is it that I intend? What is it that, like, how do you want to feel? What are you connected to? Right? Instead of just being a hollow shell, a hollow costume, just moving through life, bring yourself into it. Bring the being that you are into it. Go deeper into yourself and taste life itself, right? It's interesting that, like, I feel so much of the time that, like, we'll go through life just eating, like, peels of apples when you can have the apple itself, right? Like, you don't need to feel hollow or feel like you're on just the outskirts of life, that you're not really enjoying life. You can enjoy every moment in life, not because every moment is presenting something enjoyable, because you are present in every moment. Your intentions are present in every moment. Your beingness, your consciousness, awareness of awareness is present in every moment. And then when you bring that to every moment, then you could be in a monastery in the middle of the desert in a third world country, and you can be like, this moment is perfect. This moment is so perfect that it could not be more perfect. And when I was in that monastery, that's how I felt. I was like, it's perfect. Even though the civil war in Yemen broke out when I was there, I was like, this moment is perfect. Perfect. Every moment I was there, it was perfect. It could not have been more perfect than it was, because I was consciously present. Like, I strived for that presence in every moment. And yes, it's easier when everyone around you is doing it, when you're with all these other students who are also in a monastery, you're all cloistered together. But it's about you, really. Your life is about you and you in every moment. You can bring that presence to every moment. Rather, you're washing the dishes, or you're just going through your mail, or cleaning the house, or going to work, driving to work, from work. It's the bottom common denominator in your life is presence, as awareness of awareness. Consciousness meets consciousness. So I hope this video helps. And well, until next time, Namaste.